record. There we go. Okay, you guys. So my name is Jackie. If we haven't connected on here, I am one of the leaders on this team page. So we're just going to go over tonight, a basic training on how to work this business on social media. So I'm going to give you a little bit of my background. Before I started this business, you guys, I really hadn't had success in anything like this. I really just joined to make a couple $100s a month. I was a new mom, and I just really wanted to make extra money. And I realized the power of network marketing. I heard that it created the most millionaires than any other industry except for professional sports. And you guys, I was just working a lot. Like, I worked 2 jobs. I was always broke. And I just decided that I needed to do more if I wanted more. Okay. So I started in this business. Now, one of the things that I want to make really clear is if you don't have an upline, you don't need one to be successful. So if you're on this Zoom, you're somehow within my organization, and I am your upline, and I am here to support you. But if the person that enrolled you isn't active for whatever reason, I want you to know that you are able to be successful in this, okay? So I'm going to give you some just tips and pointers on how I was able to kind of maneuver around those obstacles and have success in this business. So to give you an idea of what we've been able to accomplish, I started this business off. My first month, it was March 2017, and I worked really hard. I was very consistent. I was doing all the things I'm about to go over with you, and my first paycheck was $30. And a lot of people at that point will think, it's not worth keeping on doing this because I only made $30. But what you want to realize is you literally own a franchise. Like, you own an online franchise as if you were to buy a storefront franchise. You have the same responsibilities in terms of consistency to see results. The great thing about this is there's no inventory, there's no overhead, you're not hiring staff. Actually, you don't even have to be at a physical place. You can work this business wherever you are, but just like a franchise, you have to be consistent to see results. Okay, so month 2 came around, we made $200, but what I really want to make clear was in order to go from 30 to 200 to 700 to 2,000 to 4,000 to now we average about 50,000 a month, it has required a lot of consistency even when I felt like it wasn't working. Especially at the beginning of your business, you are going to feel like you're doing all the right things over and over and over again and not get results. Like, for example, when I started, I was posting, I was messaging, I was talking to people, but nobody was buying. I was talking to people about joining the team, and I felt like I would give them a price and I wouldn't hear from them again. And what you want to recognize when you start this is you're not the first person on people's timeline that have decided to start a network marketing business. And to be honest with you, I know this sounds really negative, but when you start something like this, for the most part, people are waiting for you to fail because that's what everybody else does. They wait for you to quit. They wait for you to fail. And so at the beginning, you're almost like proving yourself to your audience that you're taking this seriously, because nobody is going to take your business seriously if you don't take it seriously. So, I was doing all the right things. I was posting, I was, interacting, growing my network, doing all these things, and just nobody was signing. It took me about 2 to 3 months of being really consistent in all the things I'm going to show you guys tonight to start seeing results. So I encourage you guys, as you come into this, think about, what you want out of this business. What is the extra income going to do for you? You have to visualize it. For me, I knew I wanted $500 a month, and I visualized what that $500 would do for me. Like, if I could make $500 a month, it would allow me to stay home. Now, I know I can see some of you guys on here, you're shooting for, double diamond or triple diamond. That's obviously going to change as you go, like what your goal is, but you have to visualize what that promotion is going to do for you. And the way I looked at it, I was like, okay, if I make this work, this is what my life will look like. I'll be able to be home with my kid. I'll be able to be with Mike. I'll be able to, have extra money. If I don't make this work, what am I going back to? And some of you guys may be at a point in your life right now where you're like, well, my life isn't that bad. I'm good. I've got money, whatever. But I guess my point is work for not the life that you have right now, but what may happen. What is coming down the line for you? Are you planning on having kids? Are you planning on traveling? Are you wanting to retire early? What is coming down the road for you? you know, things, and I don't mean to be negative, but it's like, I can't tell you how many situations I've seen where people work this business so hard and like, they don't really have much going on. Like they don't have a big why that you would see immediately, but then down the road something happens where their life would have been shook if they didn't have the freedom and the extra money from this business. And at that point, you can't decide like, oh, I got to start working now because I need the results now. This business takes consistency, and that is really the word that you're going to hear me say so much in this, because consistency is key. Okay. So now what my job is to help people just get the same results that we have. You know, I've kind of found out what works, what doesn't work, what has got me results, what hasn't. So all these things that I'm going to tell you guys aren't something that I'm like, I'm not suggesting this to you. It's really like, if you want results, these are the core things that you're going to have to do to get results. And obviously you're going to tweak it in a way that fits you, but we're going to go just the basics. We're just going to go over the basics. And, you know, again, this is going to be trial and error. You guys, at the beginning of my business, I would do things and people would literally be like, that was the worst message I've ever got. Like, you should not be in network marketing. And it's all about just taking it, fixing it, pivoting, learning how to be better, and moving on. Okay. So we're going to break down, let me share my screen with you really quick here. We're going to just go over some like really, really quick basics. And then we'll go into more of like social media. We're going to try and keep this about 30 to 40 minutes. So again, any questions you guys have, you know, just throw them in the comments and we'll circle back. So you guys, as you're new in this business, this is your e-suite. We're going to do a quick walkthrough because I know there's going to be some like real new people watching this. So this is your e-suite. This is your back office. This is where you're going to run your reports. So we get paid once a month on the 15th. We get weekly bonuses. You're going to be able to view that under commissions. Reports is just what it sounds like. Reports, you know, if you enroll a customer, you want to see your team, you're going to all go, you know, everything's in there. You know, document library is just really what it sounds like too, document library. So if you want to read the compensation plan, have any like questions on a certain promotion, that's going to be where that is. Orders, you can enroll customers and distributors through here. Training academy videos. I found most of my training to be most effective on YouTube, but you can definitely look through here. Support is just customer service. Okay, so this is your back end. This is not what a customer would use. You're also going to have a website. Your website is going to be whatever you made it. You can change it in your e-suite under settings. Mine is JackieDeering.itworks.com. This is where a customer can go to enroll, okay? So one of the best things, best pieces of advice I'm going to give you is don't get overwhelmed with like thinking you have to know everything about everything before you start getting, before you start working. The only thing that will get you results in this business is income producing activities. Learning the ingredients on our greens will not. Okay, so when I go through our website and I start deciding what I want to market, I will choose 4 to 5 products to talk about consistently. Now, if you guys follow me on social media, you probably see my 5. I'm not talking about like hair care and then facials, then wraps, and then like if you are spreading yourself so thin between a million different things, your audience is never going to get the opportunity to recognize what you have. So if you're brand new, come in here and I want you guys to choose 3 to 5 products. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go through. You can really just like look through as you go. So for example, a really popular one for me is keto coffee. I love the keto coffee. I lost 20 pounds drinking it. You guys, what you'll find is as you use these products on your own, you're going to be able to try them and get results, and it's just going to take your business that much further because people see you using it, okay? So choose 3 to 4 products. You're just going to feature these, okay? So if you want to read about them, if someone has a question, you're able to come to the website. There's a quick, like overview on what they are here. But you can actually click view product information, and then this comes up as a full, frequently asked questions, ingredients, just things like that, okay? Now, you're going to notice on each product, there's going to be 2 prices, and it's depending on what country you're in, okay? So we are in 26 countries. You guys, this is the power of a global business. Now, if you go to your website and click United States or Canada, whatever you see at the top, you are going to be able to do a drop down of all the countries that we're in. Dang, I just exited out of that. Okay, here, let's try this one more time. You are going to be able to do a drop down. I feel like my mouse is dying. What is happening right now? There we go. Okay, so these are all the countries that we're in. So I want you guys to picture this, okay? I love actually doing this little explanation with people because when I saw this, I was like, dude, this is going to change my business, okay? You may be new in this business. Maybe you've been for a month. Maybe you've been in for 2 months. I want you to go to your Facebook and to your Instagram, okay? And I want you to check how many friends you have, how many followers you have. Let's say you've just started and you have 200 friends on Facebook, okay? So let's pretend that this square right here, I don't know if you guys can see this, this is everybody you currently know. All your Facebook friends, everybody you went to kindergarten with, your teachers, your friends, your families, your aunt you never talked to. This represents every single person you know right now. Now, in the corner of that big square, I'm going to draw a little square like that. You guys see that? That's maybe a little bit better. This little square here is going to represent everybody that's ever going to buy from you, everybody that's ever going to join your team, okay? So as you can see, it's normal to have people that will never, ever join you and never, ever buy from you, okay? Out of the people that you know that are going to do that, they're not all just going to join you the second that you join this business. Like, I've had good friends that have waited a year or 2 years to join me way after they saw me having success, okay? So in order for you to have a thriving business, an ever-growing business, like growing paycheck, everything, you need to learn how to find the rest of these people, okay? Everybody else in the world. There's 7 billion people in the world, and these are all the countries that we're in. So I'm just going to read them off to you. Australia, Austria, Belgium, Canada, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Ireland, Japan, Korea, Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Philippines, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, United Kingdom, United States. Opening in Mexico this month, okay? So literally, if you are working your business on social media, you can connect with people everywhere, and they are now your potentials. Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking like, well, I have no idea what I'm doing. Why would anybody want to join me? Like, if there are all these other people that are joining, why do they want to join me? And this is what I want to tell you. Everybody that you see that's successful, you know, from people on our team all the way up to the top of the company, like, they started just where you are. You might be on chapter 1, you might be on chapter 5, you might be on chapter 10. They started where you are, and they learned the qualities that took them to the top. So the good news is you have the exact same ability to do that. You just have to decide that you're going to, okay? So what does it look like to go to the top, okay? So let's actually, before we go into the next little area here, let me break down. Actually, in the comments, can you guys all tell me, are you familiar with the loyal customer program? We all know the 2 prices, loyal customer, retail. Is anybody not familiar with that? Everyone's good? So we know retail, we know loyal customer, we know the 2 types of products. Okay, perfect. So to break down simply what we do, you guys, it works global. Instead of them having advertising, marketing, storefronts, people to ring through their products, they cut out that budget, they put that into regular people, and what we do is we advertise either online or face-to-face. What I love about online is that you're not doing parties, you're not, relying on your friends and family. You literally just, like, you have an online franchise. Like, you have people that are able to order, products or become a distributor on your team. They order from your website that's made for you, and that's how you build. So when I joined this business, I knew to myself, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but all I need to know is how to enroll customers and how to enroll distributors, okay? So understanding that on social media, as you grow your network, people will join you, will buy from you when they know you and like you and trust you. So whenever I, talk to someone and they say like, well, I'm doing the things that I feel like, nobody's buying from me. You need to understand that if you're going to work your business on social media, there are like things that you have to do every day to get people to know you, like you, and trust you, okay? So we're going to talk about the core 4 is what I like to call it, and then we're going to branch off a little bit. These are the 4 things that I really do every day, no matter what, okay? Now, another thing I want to add is this business requires consistency to see results. In the last 2.5 years, I've had like a lot of stuff happen, like just like life happens, right? Like nobody's life is perfect. Either you're fighting with your boyfriend, you break up with your boyfriend, your kids are sick, you got another job. Like, I've really just gone through it all. But what I have noticed is me staying consistent through all of it has allowed my audience, the people that I know and the people that I don't know that I'm adding, that they see that I take my business very seriously because I am consistent. And with that consistency builds trust. And with trust builds like the need for people to feel that I fill their need with whatever that is, either making money or using our products to feel better, lose weight, grow their hair, any of those things, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about is posting. If you are going to be using social media to build your business, posting is an everyday thing. Now, when I heard that, I kind of freaked out because I was like, I wasn't necessarily as, on social media as I was before this business. And I was worried about spamming people and like what people would think and like how people were going to react if I posted every day. Does anybody feel the fear of that? Just put a 1 in the comments if you're like, yeah, that's my fear. Okay. Now, from that, these are 2 things that I will say. Number 1 is you can't worry about what people are going to think about you, really, because the people that are going to judge you are going to judge you anyways, right? Like at the end of the day, they're going to judge you anyways. And I realized very early on that everybody has opinions about everything. But when it came down to it, I joined this business to better my life and to better my family and to, be home with my kid. And none of their opinions was ever going to make that happen for me. So I had to at some point let go of that and realize that, some people are going to understand it. Some people are not. Yes, I've had people unfriend me. Yes, I've had people say things about me. And you know what? It's hard at the beginning of your business when you're making $30 a month. It just is. It's hard to overcome. But that's why having your why at your forefront is so important, because whenever I had to feel discouraged or anything like that, I would look at my kid and I would look at my $60,000 credit card debt that I couldn't afford to pay off every month. And I was like, it just doesn't matter. Other people are having success at this. I'm looking at other people, and if you're new, you may have not seen this yet, but as I started following people, I just saw people living this crazy life of freedom, traveling with their friends, being around people that were inspirational, growing together, and all of a sudden, that's just what I wanted. I didn't want to be a part of people talking shit about people anymore. I just thought it was disgusting, and I found those people were just staying in the same place over and over and over again. So the next thing is when it comes to spamming, we don't want you to spam. You will not have a successful business if you spam. It works all over your timeline, okay? You need to incorporate this business into your life, and you need to not just post about it works. If you go down my timeline, you're not going to see an It Works product and then an It Works word picture and then It Works product. You see me, you see my kids, you see me incorporating this business in my life. You see me, posting about what I've got from this business, the freedom that this business is giving me, all those things. And again, I'll show you how to learn those things on your own. But what I'm trying to say is, you're not just going to spam your wall, okay? You're going to learn how to post using attraction marketing, but doing it consistently where your audience is actually getting the chance to see it. So where I see a lot of people go wrong is they join this business and they get nervous about posting, so they'll put up one post, right? They'll put up a post and then they'll fill their page with a bunch of other random crap, and then they won't post for a couple days. And then maybe a week later, they're like, oh my gosh, I just thought everybody else got paid, so I actually do want to work this business, and they'll throw up another post, and then they kind of go through this weird, inconsistent method of posting. At the end of the day, if you want to get results, you have to remember, social media, you guys, people are not on social media all the time. And just because you're posting, it does not mean that they are seeing what you have. So I'm going to show you something that really changed my mindset as I started learning about this. So if we go to my Facebook, okay, and we click our news feed. So this is the Facebook news feed. These are people on my friends list. I'm going to read you in the order that I see these in, okay? So I have one from 1 minute ago. I have one from 2 hours ago. I have one from 12. These are all in order. One from 12 hours ago, one from 2 hours ago, one from 10 hours ago, then one from 1 hour ago. So what I'm trying to show you guys is that when I look down my timeline, I'm not seeing the things in order. So if you're posting once every day or once every 3 days, your stuff is not even getting seen, which is why you're not getting results. You need to realize that people are posting in the morning, they're being on in the morning. Some people only go on in the afternoon at their break. Some people only check it at night. I don't want to only cater to one type of person. I want everybody to see me. I want everybody to get to know me, right? As a business owner, let's pretend you owned a storefront business in a town that you've never lived in. You're not just going to park your store there. It's your job as a business owner to be like, hey, I got a grocery store over here behind here. Come in and get your groceries. Think about if you buy a business, a storefront business, all the work that goes into it before you actually get up and running. advertisements, flyers, you know, signs outside. Like there's so much that goes into it, and it's the same with social media. So that consistency is the only thing that's going to allow your audience to see that you're serious, okay? So what are we posting? We're posting to attract both types of people that we want. So, I mean, customers, distributors, right? So posting for customers, posting for distributors, and I'm going to break down how that goes, and then filler posts. Because again, we don't just want it works, it works, it works. An example of a filler post can be literally anything that you would post before you join this business. Something that you think is funny, something that you see value in, maybe sharing what you had for dinner. You have to treat this as your blog. Like your timeline is now your blog. So for me, it took a while to like flow into that rhythm. Just understand that the only way you're going to flow into that is by being consistent with it and just figuring out your rhythm. And one thing that really helped me was just realizing that I felt at the beginning of this business, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just not interesting. Like, I'm just a mom. Like, I'm in debt. Like, no one's going to want what I like, you know what I mean? Like, no one is like me. But the thing is, you guys, there are people like you. Like, there are people that need to hear what you want to say, and you are actually doing a disservice by not sharing it. And you guys, like, even though it made me so nervous at the beginning, I'm so thankful that I took the time to overcome it, because we overcame that. Thousands of people have now said yes to this business and changed their life. Now you have the opportunity to do the same thing. And it's crazy to think, like, if someone had said to me at the beginning of this business, like, Jackie, keep going, because one day, like, you're going to have thousands of people on your team, I promise you, I would have said that's not possible. But you have to show up as that person before you're that person. You know, you have to treat it like like I was treating it like I was making $500 a month and I was making 30 is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So posting is big. You guys, messaging is the next thing in this business. It's your job to message people. It's your job to reach out. I'm going to help you guys with kind of what to say and all those things, but messaging is crucial. And it's crazy because you can't post without messaging, and you can't message without posting. As you grow your network, messaging is like, planting the seed with someone, right? You plant that seed and then you water that seed by posting. So, where a lot of people go wrong in this business too is they do enough work to lay the seeds, but they don't reap the harvest because they're not watering their seed. They're not doing the follow-up. They're not, reaching out to people. They're not following up the people that they've talked to. Just remember that, as a business owner, that's what we're doing, okay? The next thing is growing your network. Growing your network in this business, kind of like what we talked about at the beginning, is so crucial. If you have 500 friends on your Facebook right now and you don't ever grow your network, you are just running around that same, 500 people. Eventually they're going to run out. Eventually they're going to either buy from you, not buy from you, or not be ready to buy from you, right? And so finding those new people is crucial. And majority of my team, I would say 90% of my team I've never met before, and they're all from social media. But they wouldn't have ever got here unless I grew my network, I posted, and I messaged, okay? The next thing, you guys, follow up. Obviously, it's just, sales and in general, like, most people are just not going to buy from you the first time that you talk to them. Like, it takes follow up. It takes being consistent. It took me 3 years to join with the person that I did. And I did that because I watched her be consistent. And when my situation changed, I saw value in going to her. Just remembering that every 6 months people go through a major life change. And so for me, like, I was good for 3 years, but then all of a sudden I had a kid and I was in debt. And the only person that I knew to come to was the person that was being consistent. Okay. So those are kind of the what's required for success for social media. Now I'm just going to break and share this with you guys one more time. And show you just resources that I used at the beginning of my business just to help me be successful. Okay. So I'm going to go quickly into posting and then charting. Does everybody understand charting? Actually, let me just, if I were to, would you guys see benefit in me just pulling up a Ruby chart and showing you how to chart to Ruby? Okay, let's do that. Okay, guys, so in this business, this is a Ruby chart. Okay, should be your goal if you're brand new. Okay, so whenever you start, you are always at the top of your organization. Now, when I was new, I would think to myself, like, yeah, that sounds like a pyramid scheme to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, top of something. Like, no. The thing is, in your organization at your job right now, you're going to have a CEO at the top. You're going to have, you know, regional managers, and then maybe like district managers, and then you're going to have, you know, supervisors, and then you're going to have employees, and then you're going to have whoever else. This row is never making more money than this row. And then this row is never making more money than the CEO. Okay, I just want to point that out. Network marketing, you're paid on your productivity. It doesn't matter who enrolled you. You guys have every right to come in here and make more money than me. And I want you guys to know that. I make way more money than the person that enrolled me, and her, and her, and her. It is not about where you're placed. It is about what you do. So when you come in, you're the top of your organization. Now remember, we get paid to do two things in this business. We get paid to enroll customers and enroll distributors. We have something called our steps to success. You can look at this in your document library. That is your roadmap to really just going to the top of the company. And basically, to break it down, what it is signing 4 loyal customers every single month and 3 distributors. Now, when I heard that for the first time, I was like, dang, I can't even enroll 1 customer, let alone 4 and 3 distributors. This is what I will say to you for this. Mindset's a big thing in this. Where a lot of people go wrong is they focus on their lack. They're like, I don't know how to do this, therefore I can't do it. I don't know how to get customers, so you know, I'm not going to get 4. My mindset was, okay, who is getting customers? How can I learn how to do it? Right? And I'll give you guys those resources too. But that, you know, I was like, what do I need to do? Like, if other people, this is how I think. If other people are building this business on social media and growing their team with people that they don't know, that means that I can do the same thing, right? It's not like the number one income earner just has this huge network. She's just doing the right things on social media, right? And so I just learned from the right people how to do it, and I'm going to show you guys where to do that too. But when we look at this chart, your Ruby chart, every single box that you see on here is a distributor, okay? So for you to be Ruby, you're gonna have 3 distributors on your top line, okay? Now these distributors can come from you. If they were placed on your team, that's awesome. They'll also count for your Ruby chart. But having 3 distributors on your top line is going to make you be what's boxed for Ruby or charted for Ruby. That just means that everybody's in place for you to get there. You have you at the top with your 3 distributors, okay? Now, in order for you to actually be Ruby, you need to have 3 qualified legs, okay? So each distributor, remember, is a box, and a qualified leg is just 400 group volume. Okay, now if you guys went through the training in the new in the team page, you know that the volume, anytime you see volume, business volume, group volume, it comes from our products. Okay, so all of our products, no matter what country, no matter what it is, the prices will vary, but the BV, the business volume, will always stay the same. So for example, keto coffee is 30 BV for 1 bag. Hair, skin, nails is 30 BV. You know, triple threat is 94. All of our products have a BV attached, and the BV will come into a qualified leg. So 400 GV is going to equal a qualified leg. So essentially, you having 3 distributors underneath you, each with 400 GV. Now, what I love about this business is you don't have to wait for them to work. You can actually place your customers underneath once you enroll them. And again, I can show you how to do that as we progress. I know a lot of you guys know how to do that. Once you have each of them at a qualified leg with 2,000 in volume total for yourself, group volume, you are going to be what becomes Ruby. So essentially, you guys, I know that may be like overwhelming for some of you. Just break it down like this. Enrolling customers, enrolling distributors, and just getting in touch with your upline so they can show you how to place it for you to go Ruby. You can absolutely build to Ruby on yourself, even if your distributors are not working, okay? So that's going to get you to Ruby, and Ruby's average about $500 a month. American, so about 635 Canadian plus your bonuses. Now, everybody knows about weekly bonuses here and how to earn them. I'm just going to stop share so I can see. Does anybody not know how to earn a weekly bonus in here? Everyone's good? Everyone knows how to earn those? Okay, cool. So as you're charting for Ruby, you're able to, you know, place your volume, place your distributors, so you're able to earn those weekly bonus heads and get to Ruby. Now, again, if this doesn't make sense, or you have someone on your team that just doesn't get it, it's easiest to, as you, oh, Karen, you don't know how to earn weekly bonuses? Okay, I'll go over it. Okay, so this is good. When I joined, I heard about, they're called fast start bonuses. So if you go to YouTube, if you just want a better explanation, you can just type in Jackie Deering $100. There's going to be a video that says how to earn $100 weekly unlimited bonuses. Essentially, when you bring a distributor on and you help them get fast start qualified, which is 2 loyal customers in their first 30 days, you are going to get a weekly $100 bonus on top of the commissions. Now, obviously, that new distributor is pushing for that too because they want those 4 customers to get their shopping spree. So it's really just a win-win. But when I started this business, you can get $100 bonuses. My mindset was like, if I can get 5 of those a month, that's going to be what keeps me home. So you guys, I'm going to share with you guys exactly what I did at the beginning of my business to find results. Okay. So I want you guys to just keep marking this down. I went to YouTube first of all. Okay. So how do you find people on YouTube? Okay. How do you find the right people? You guys, success leaves clues, but you have to make sure that you're copying the right cat. Okay. So what I have in our team page, you guys go to Diamond Tribe in our albums. Okay. So we're going to go to photos and then we're going to click albums. There's going to be something called who to follow on social media. Okay. This one, nope. Right here, who to follow on social media, okay? This album is literally just people that you should follow, okay? So you guys, again, I just want to shake everybody and tell them this because it's so, so true. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know what charting was. I didn't know what GV was. I had no idea how to assign customers, no idea how to assign distributors. I just found somebody that was killing it. So Jade Hooper was this person for me, okay? I love how she posted. I loved how she worked her business. You guys, if you haven't heard her story, she started this business 5 years ago. She literally couldn't even afford heat for her house. She was hanging up sheets in her house to have heat, and she joined this business. The person that enrolled her told her that you sold wraps on Groupon or something stupid, something so wrong. And it just proved to me that you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and really the only thing that's going to get you results is taking action. This chick just took action and then enrolled Jade Hooper, who is now the #4 income earner. So I went and found people that I liked. Okay, so I went to her page. You guys, I scrolled down her page and this is how I think, okay? So I hear, okay, she's the #4 income earner. That means she obviously is attracting people. So what is she doing to attract people, right? Why are people looking at her social media and wanting to join her? So all I would do was come to her page and I would just see, I'm like, this is how she's posting. This is why she's doing this. But then more so, you guys, I went to YouTube and I'm going to show you exactly what I would type in. Okay, this is exactly what I did. I would take Jade Hooper when I started because I already knew I liked her and I liked her style. And then I would say new distributor. Okay, because I'm a new distributor. I'm like, dude, what does Jade Hooper have to say to new distributors? Okay. All these videos come up. Brand new, let's get you started, babe. I was like, okay. And I watched this, you guys, and I'll tell you my mindset. I can tell you to watch these videos, but I really took it seriously because this, to me, I'm like, these people are killing it. I'm going to invest my time into learning how to do this the right way. I didn't watch TV anymore. As I was cooking dinner, I would listen to this. When I was driving, I would listen. While I was doing my makeup, I was listening. I actually became obsessed with learning. Now, I know that may be well, I don't want to be obsessed. Some of you guys may be freaked out because of that. But my answer to that is if you really want results, get obsessed. I was obsessed with being home with my kid. I was obsessed about, now, my goal, I'm obsessed about making $100,000 a month. You will see me make $100,000 a month before the end of this year. I'm obsessed about it. So if I'm obsessed, I have to put the work in to follow. So I would come here and I would search things. So, right, I would start with this one, brand new, let's get you started, and then I maybe would learn a lot from that, but then I would still go to this next one, new distributor training. You guys, I've learned everything from this. And someone that's sitting there that's looking at their steps to success in their Ruby chart, they're saying, well, I don't know how I'm going to enroll 3 DTs. You guys, I would literally watch these videos, my secrets to enrolling DT, how I grow my business, how to mass enroll distributors the right way, new distributor do's and don'ts. You know what I'm saying? Look at all this training that's here. How to get these LCs when you first start your business, like just things like this, right? This is what worked for me. So again, you guys, Jade Hooper may not be the one that you follow, but my point is go through and find people just like you. I'm a mom, right? So I was looking at moms. You may be a grandma and you might be being like, well, I can't relate to her. Great. Go follow Rhonda Hartman, who's, our ambassador upline, who's, I'm not sure. I know that she's a grandma of like 4 grandbabies and she makes like 80 grand a month. How Jade is going to, is going to work her business is going to be different than Rhonda. But the point is, be strategic in finding people that you relate to and copying them, really. Like, don't copy word for word, but take their advice, right? So again, coming back to, let me just share this screen with you again. I'm just going to keep using Jade as the example because we're on her thing, right? So I'm just going to show you, so now my mindset's like, okay, I'm watching her learn how to post. I'm watching her learn how to, I'm watching her trainings. I'm watching all these things. Now, I want to know exactly what she's posting. What are they actually posting? I've just started the business. I know I have to post consistently, but where am I going to find these posts? Okay, so I'll show you really quickly one resource. This is literally what I used to do. Okay, and I'm going to give you our team page first because we've set this up to help you guys. But then I'm going to show you even to dive further into it. So if you go to our albums, you guys, we're going to have different posts here. So post examples to grow your team to get distributors. You're going to click this picture, and in the comments, you're going to see 149 comments. If you scroll up to the top, these are all examples of lifestyle posts from top earners. Okay? So things like this are just posts that I would see from top earners, and I would just change them to fit my story, or to, I would just edit them a little bit, but use these outlines. And now people are going to say, well, how many times, are you posting? I'm doing at least 1 lifestyle post a day, usually 2, at least 1 product post a day, and then I'm filling it up with other things, okay? So, that's where I'm going for lifestyle posts. Now, again, in our team page, we also have one for post-assigned customers, right? So if you come through here and you click keto coffee posts, in the comments, there's going to be just a ton, okay? A ton of post examples. So use that as a resource. But you guys, I'll show you what I used to do. I used to just this is and I mean, people are probably going to get like, oh, you shouldn't be showing people this, but this is exactly how I got Double Diamond. I would find people that I liked their style, and I would say, okay, how is Jade posting to get customers? Now, I'm going to search keywords. So let's say if I wanted to post about, greens, right? That's one of my things. I'm going to search Jade Hooper greens. And what's going to happen is all of her posts with the word greens come up. So, things like this, I literally would just go through them and I would just use them, right? I would just use an outline and use them. And then you guys can do that with, any of our leaders. We have a ton of, top leaders on our team. Find people that you relate with, but just what I'm trying to say is copy the right cat until you get to where you want to go. Be consistent. I would say the number, the couple things that I've just done to have success is to work this business every day, regardless of the results I'm getting. But I would seek people that were having success. I would just seek people that were having success and do as they do. And I would be so resourceful in what I wanted. So for example, if your goal right now is to go Ruby and you're like, I want to go Ruby, I want to earn that $500 a month. I want to, get those, $300 in fast start bonuses. My suggestion for you is to go and find every single video on how to go Ruby, but then break down what does Ruby look like. We already talked about it's enrolling customers and enrolling distributors. So being strategic with that, right? Too many people will sit there and say, I just can't sign any distributors. But where my mindset is I'm like, okay, who's signing distributors and what are they posting to get results like that? And then why are they posting like that, by going on their YouTube? Does that make sense to everybody so far? Are people yeah, that kind of makes sense? Okay, cool. So, and I think another thing too, you guys, is one of the biggest things for me was just taking quitting off the table. Take quitting off the table. You've joined for a reason. That's your sign that you need something like this. Understanding that the only way that you're going to fail is if you quit, right? So I mean, look at Denise Walsh. I don't know if you guys ever heard of her. She's a black diamond in our company. She earns over $100,000 a month, and it took her a year to go diamond. So if you're not familiar with the ranks, you're going to go, it's ruby, emerald, diamond, and then you got double diamond, triple diamond, presidential, ambassador. So that's going to average from $500 a month to about $50,000 a month, okay? And of course, it goes above and above, and then black diamond is $100K a month. So many people will quit because they're not ruby in their first month, or they're not diamond in their third month. It took Denise Walsh a year to go diamond. But the only reason that she got diamond after that year was because of all the work she did in that 12 months. But I mean, if it took you 8 years to make $100,000 a month, would it be worth it? If it took you a year to go diamond and earn $2,500 a month, would it be worth it? Right? And for me, like, some of you guys may be like, no, it wouldn't. For me, that made sense because I knew I wasn't going back to school. Like I was a mom at home. Like I wasn't about to go start my career as a doctor at the, you know what I mean? Like that, I'm like, I'm just like, I'm never going to be a doctor. But oh my gosh, I have to sneeze. Oh my gosh, I'm going to sneeze. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Okay. Shake it off. But you know what I mean? Like I wasn't going to go be a doctor. So my mindset was like, I actually don't care how long this takes me. Like I always get so tripped out when I come on these trainings because I feel like I have to like give you all these little secrets and like do this and then this and then this and then this and you're going to be diamond. It's just not like that. It's be resilient. Do not give up on yourself. Be consistent every day. You guys, and you know what? You're going to have shitty days. We make $50,000 a month and I have shitty days. There are some days I'm like, I just want to bang my head against the wall. And I'm like, my inbox is crazy. Like, I just don't want to do this today, but I do. Because I understand that if I am not consistent, there's too much competition out there. There's somebody else that is going to be consistent every single day. And why shouldn't you be that person? It's just such a mind thing. Like when you start listening to, you know, top leaders, you're going to hear them say this business is 80% mindset, 20% skill. And it's so, so, so true. Like the mindset thing is, are you going to be able to talk yourself out of quitting when times get hard? Are you going to be able to, you know, be dedicated when it's not something when you're not motivated? Like, you know, you're not always going to be motivated, but are you always going to be determined to do this business? And so having that why on your forefront is like, I mean, like that's just like the biggest thing that I feel like has, you know, drawn success to us is just, I just can't give up. Like I just have never, ever, ever in my life questioned giving this up. And, you know, we could drop to diamond or ruby rank tomorrow. Would I be devastated? Yes. But my mindset is I will show up. I will learn how to be better. I will find the people that are killing it and I will do as they do. And that is how we have got here. Now, maybe let's just, because we're a smaller group than normal today, what's like something that you feel like you struggle with in this business? And just maybe we can talk on it. Like what's something that you're just like, man, I wish I could just hip track his brain for a few minutes. As those come through, I'll just kind of continue talking and I'll address them as they come through. But I think you guys realizing that on social media, it's just learning how to leverage it the right way. Okay, closing the deal. Great question. So I'm going to share something with you. Actually, I have it here, but let me, again, you guys, it's so crazy that you say that because when I started, that's where I felt I was going wrong. I was like, man, I am saying the right things to people, or so I thought. I'm having the conversations, but I'm just not actually closing anything, okay? You guys, this is going to help you so much. So again, being proactive, I'm like, how can I learn how to close a deal? If other people are closing the deal, I should probably be able to close the deal, right? So I found this video on Jade's thing. I just put it in the comments. It's called, if you just search Jade Hooper Sealing the Deal on YouTube, it's like 9 minutes. This is like, it changed my business. It changed the way I talk to people, and this is actually exactly still how I talk to them. So I'm going to go over it because I actually have it right here. But this allows you to stay in control of every single conversation that you have. More than likely, if you're not sealing the deal, you're probably word vomiting on people and you're saying too much and you're not allowing it to be a natural conversation. I see everyone being like, yeah, that's me. That was me too. I literally would just say the most random stuff and then they were just like, yeah, block. Like, you're crazy. Like, this is the thing that I learned. in this business, you have to be natural. Like people feel like they're like, I'm like, don't sell people things. Like people think like switch to this like sham wow, like salesperson. You don't want to do that. Okay. So this is basically what the video is going to cover. You either post about a product, let's say, or you've messaged somebody about a product. This is literally how the conversation goes every single time, no matter what product, no matter who I'm talking to. It usually stays in this outline, okay? So let's say I post about hair, skin, nails. Somebody comments on it or they like it or something, right? I put up a post. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just put up a post that I've copied from somebody else. Now, somebody is going to message or they're going to like it. I'm going to message them. I always say, hey, thanks for the comments on my post. You're interested in some info on the hair, skin, nails? Like right? Like when you say that to someone face to face, like, hey, thanks for the comment. You're interested in some info, right? Like that sounds natural. The reason I do that is I'm reconfirming with them that they've said they're interested. From that, they're going to say yes because they've said they're interested. Now from then, you guys, I'm only giving a short definition of the product. I'm not like going into everything. I'm literally just telling them about hair, skin, nails. So I would say, awesome. So we have a hair growth supplement. It's amazing. It's a pill. You take 2 of them a day. It's going to grow, strengthen, and, help the overall health of your hair. It's, I have like a write-up for it. So whatever I say, I'm like, it has keratin and collagen. It's going to, boost production. I always end with a question because that keeps the conversation going. Does that sound like something you can use? Right? Now, if you have no idea what to say for the product, a tip for you is going to be to go to your website. Let's say if it's about keto coffee. Okay, go to your website, go to the product, and in that little definition where it gives you some bullet points, use that to create your own sentence. Better yet, go to our team page, go to our albums, and there's going to be one called product definitions. That's all of mine that I use in there. You can copy and paste it. Okay? I always end with a question. Does that sound like something you can use? They're going to say yes, and 99.9% of the times they're going to say, how much does it cost, right? That's the real question. How much does it cost? You guys, you're only answering the question that they asked. I always give 2 prices, and I keep it very simple. A month's supply of hair, skin, nails normally retails for, in the US, it's $55, or you can get a month's supply for $33 on our free loyal customer program. Which sounds better for you? That's all I say. That's all I say to them. 55 as a retail customer or 33 on our free loyal customer program. What sounds better for you? Now remember, all of our pricing is on your website. If you know this person is in Canada, you're going to go to your website, you're going to change it to Canada, you're going to click the product, and you're going to see the retail and the loyal customer pricing. Also on our team page, we have an album for prices. Like we have all the resources for you. There's a file with the prices. But really guys, as you just start talking about these products, you're just going to remember. For me, I like to grow my network in the States. I can name off most products just because I'm doing it so often. Now, when we say the 2 prices, it retails for $55 or you can get it for $33 on our free loyal customer program. Which sounds better for you? Can you guys guess what they're going to ask after that?
They're going to ask you what's the
what's a loyal customer?
What is it?
Yes. See, and so what you guys are going to recognize with this conversation gives you control. Right? Like we just learned, if you say this, they're going to say this. If you say this, you're going to say this, vice versa, right? So when you say that, you guys, what's a loyal customer? I just have a definition saved in my phone, and I'm going to put it in there. A loyal customer just means you get to try 1 product a month for 3 months. There is no minimum order. You can skip a month if needed. Most people, and like sometimes I'll edit this, so I'd be like, most people will do the hair, skin, nails for each month for best results. But you can totally switch it up and try other things if you want. The 3 months waives the $50 membership fee, and it gives you 40% off all of our products for life. And at the end of that, I'd be like, sound good? Question mark. And you guys, you know what? It is normal for them to not answer you. Again, it took me 3 years to join with the person that I joined. So a lot of people don't get that, and they think that it's like, oh my gosh, they're just never going to do it. But because it took me 3 years of watching somebody be consistent, I already knew that just because they don't answer doesn't mean they're not interested. I don't answer all the time to people. I didn't answer this trick for 3 years. The reality is if somebody is interested in growing their hair, losing weight, making money, having less stress, like any of those things, they are interested for life. And if I haven't done a good enough job of showing them the value of them spending that $33 with me. All I know is it's my job to put that in front of them. And that's where posting is watering these seeds. You guys, I can't tell you how many times, like, I mean, even if I've enrolled you on here, right? How many times did we talk before you actually joined? Right? Like how many times, right? So the magic comes from watering the seeds. And so that's why, you know, when you're posting about the same products over and over and over again, featuring say 5 of them, you are allowing your audience to have that 21 times average of follow-up pass by them each time that you're posting that. Okay. I'm just reading these comments. People just want the website. Okay, so I'll tell you something too. I'll tell you how I overcome that. Let's say we're talking about hair, skin, nails, and they say, well, so I give them the price and they say, what's your website? I always say, okay, perfect. Are you ready to order now? And I can help walk you through. You're going to see that in the video, that Jade Paper video that she talks about. But then they might say, no, I just want to check it out. You guys, when you give someone your website, you lose control, right? Because they may order, they may not order. So, and obviously, you guys, if some people are just like want to see your website, just give them your website. Like, I'm not saying just like never give anybody your website, but how I overcome that is I'll say, if they're like, no, I just want to check it out. I'll say, no problem. I can actually send you the product info sheet that I have on this. And so what I do is on my phone, I go to my website. What is this? Oh, it's the ad for sealing the deal. I'm like, what? Okay, so I'm going to my website. Let's say we're talking about coffee. I would click product info and I would just screenshot this to them. That's what they're going to see on the website. And then I would say to them, are you ready to order now? Or would you like, would you like me to walk you through my website or process it for you? And they may say, I'm not ready to order now. And at that point, I say, what's a better time to follow up with you? And I can check back with you then. And if they say next Friday, I'm putting them on my phone for next Friday. Like, and that's what this is all about. It's just about generating leads, following up with them, growing your network, posting, messaging. Like, it's really just doing those same things over and over and over again. Now, one more thing that I'll say is a lot of people are like, well, nobody's ever going to give me their credit card information. And the thing is like, you guys, I have people that I've never so funny. I'll never forget this trick. Okay, the first time I messaged, so when I started working Instagram was when I went double diamond. And I started messaging people. I didn't start messaging like until I hit 1,500 followers. So I was very consistent in growing my network, posting, again, watching Instagram videos. Like a lot of you guys are like, I have no idea how to work Instagram. Go to YouTube, type in Instagram, like it works. You know what I mean? Or how to build my business on Instagram. We have a ton of Instagram. Like again, you guys, I try to make this super resourceful for you guys. So I'll show you one more resource in our team page. If you go to our team page, under albums, there's going to be one that says helpful videos to watch. So underneath all these videos, and I'm always updating them, it's just videos for certain things. So there's one on how to grow your business on Instagram. Forget where it is. It's one of these ones. It's how to grow your business on Instagram. And I would just start watching those. And I felt the same way. I was like, nobody's ever going to like buy from me. Like, I don't know these people. They don't know me. Like, why would they ever give me their credit card info? But I just did what people were telling me. I let that doubt leave my head. And I literally told myself, if other people are signing people from Instagram, I am just as qualified to sign them from Instagram. Like, there's no, you know what I'm saying? But why are they signing people from Instagram? Well, people know them, like them, and trust them because they're consistent in posting, messaging, growing their network, and following up and delivering content that allows people to know them, like them, and trust them, right? I'm showing pictures of me. Like, I'm not just some, like, I actually took a screenshot of this. I hope this isn't somebody on our team. And if it is, like, dang, you got to check your thing. But, like, if you look at my Instagram, right, you guys can see me in it. You know who I am. Like, I brand myself as me, right? Like, to the point where people actually stop me on the streets and like, hey, you're that girl from Instagram. Like, I'm always on my Instagram. This, like, okay, I gotta ask you, if this person messaged you, would you trust them? Right? You wouldn't, because all it is just products. This is so spammy. Like, nobody wants to see that. But when you look down, my Instagram, and you guys, this is not something that comes natural to me. This is something that I had to really learn and work on consistently. when you look down my Instagram, you can see it's me. There is no question on who I am, right? I'm going, doing stories. And yeah, it's out of my comfort zone. It was, but I understood, like, I can make excuses as to why I'm not going to do this, or I can make money. Like, there's like no, like, I can make excuses or I can make money, and I needed to make money. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. Like, there's 7 billion people in the world. I'm going to grow my network in the States. I don't care if they have something to say about me because they live in another country. And eventually I just started showing up as that person. It made me sick to my stomach every time I would do a live, but I just got good at it because I did it again and again and again and again and again, just like a kid learning how to walk. The reason why people don't get good at it is they don't do it again and again and again and again. Anyways, so I'm doing this. I start getting about 1,500 followers. I messaged this girl, my Instagram message. It was literally like, hey, do you want to try this product? And she was like, what product? And I like listed them all. And she was like, yeah, I like that one. And I was like, okay, great. And then I did the hair, skin, nails definition. And I'll never forget, her name was Sakita Mason from Little Rock, Arkansas. And this chick is just texting me her info. She just texted me her credit card, her address, her phone number, her everything. And I thought to myself, if there is one person out there like Sakita Mason, there is a lot of other Sakita Masons out there that want what we have and will just send me their info. And from then on, I just started acting qualified to take people's credit card information. But then I always give them the out. I would say, you want me to process it for you, or do you want me to walk you through my website? So many people just say, do it for me, because they know me, because I'm on social media, I'm consistent. Even when I felt like nobody was ever going to join my team and it wasn't working, I was still showing my audience that I was there. And 5, 6, 7 months down the road, we're making $7,000 a month. Whatever we're making, $6,000 a month, because of all the work that was in that first 6 months. And you guys, it is not easy. You are going to want to give up. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. You're going to have days where your mind tells you that you're not worthy, that you can't do this, that it's not for you, that you'll never have success. That is just your mind. You have to get your mind right and understand that you absolutely can. Okay. So, we're coming up on an hour, you guys. So let me just see, do we have any last questions? Did anybody learn anything from this? I know this is kind of like an off topic, new distributor training, but I don't want to go over like the technical. I wanted to go over on how to get results. Posting and signing customers, you're making Junior bitch. I like it. You blanked out bitch, but I'm going to say it. Okay. Signing customers, working on it though. So my advice to you is why does it say inactive? Am I still on here? Can you guys still hear me? Okay, cool. What I'm going to say is make that your target. Like if your focus is to sign customers, what are you doing about it? Make sure your product posts are par. Same with your Instagram stories. But how are you going to get people seeing that? Well, you're going to grow your network. You can't get customers without growing your network, right? So all these things tie in together, and you're going to do it every single day. You're going to watch videos on signing customers. You're going to literally seek out how to get volume, just watch, obsess over it. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. It's an Audible. But you guys, it changed my life, because I realized that if you want to be above average, you got to have an above average work ethic. And average is a very scary place to be. Average is like in debt. Average is living under paycheck to paycheck, living on food stamps. And I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm just saying that because statistically, that is what average is. Like, our society is messed. Like, everything is so messed up. Like, people are so set to fail. If you want more than that, you have to just be ready for more than that, Okay, I also did my last two, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I want to have, okay, thank you. No, I had someone with a profile like that on Insta message me. Yeah, and you're like, why would you ever, it's like sketchy. It's like, thank you so much. Okay, good. I'm glad that you guys saw value. And you guys, you know what? This is one more thing. I felt like quitting. You're going to have days where you feel like quitting. Like, there just are. You're going to have days where you feel like quitting. If you want to stop restarting over, just stop quitting. Stop, you guys tell yourself, I am going to do this every day regardless of what happens. Right? Time is going to pass anyway. You're going to spend that time scrolling on your cell phone or working, right? What if it only ever brought you $500 a month? You know what I mean? That's so crazy. People are like, oh my gosh, I'll never make $10,000 a month. No, success is $500 a month. What if someone all of a sudden paid your car payment? From your phone, when you don't have to be in a workplace. I don't know. It just blows my mind. So anyways, you guys, just know that I'm here to help you at any time. Like, message me. You guys probably saw already, I'm going to be like exiting all the diamond chats and just putting it all together in one. As we grow and retract and grow and retract, I just like to weed out people that aren't working so I can put my energy in the ones that are. But you guys, thanks for coming on. Seriously, the ones that go up, no, what's the thing? Oh yeah, the ones that show up go up. I always learn that. Anyways, the ones that show up go up, and you guys doing these things is what got me to the top. So you can do the exact same thing. But yeah, that's it. So I appreciate you guys, and yeah, we'll give you a good rest of the night, and we'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.